Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night, and the markets will be opening up in 1 minute, but it takes about 2 minutes after that for them to propagate over at Kitco. So we're going to answer a comment or two, but welcome. Glad you guys are here. Should be an interesting night considering that the deal has been broken. I just posted a video about that this afternoon for you to check out that discusses that, and then we're responding to that now from a comment from Larry Hanshu. Says Joe and Hunter have the 175 million that's missing. Well, people wonder, where is that money? Where did it go? Could have been funneled into Congress people here back in the United States. A lot of people think so. A lot of money's been wasted for sure. Good to see you guys. Welcome one and all. Glad you're here with us tonight. Let's answer a few more. And Mitch Pictish says, USA first, not Ukraine, not Israel. America first. Exactly right. Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. And let's see here. We've got this from Wasilla Stacker on the deal. That was that big blow up at the Oval Office meeting. If Mexico decided they wanted to back Texas, I don't think there would be very much compromising on how much of Texas we were going to let them have. That's true. However, sadly, in this case, the territory is likely not going to be recovered. Certainly, it's just considering how much manpower it's just and how much money we've thrown at them. But the thing is that Mexico is no match for our forces. So it's a little bit of a different situation here. But nonetheless, as we've seen throughout histories, sadly, larger nations, if they attack, they take out the smaller nations, but don't like what happened there. But we have to deal with a new reality, unfortunately. But thank you, Wasilla Stacker, for your comment there. Let's do one more, then we'll take a look at the markets. It takes about 2 minutes. We'll see what happens. I think the metals are going to go up. Maybe not by a whole lot tonight, but I do think. Let me know what your thoughts are. So, Red Crawler says Bitcoin is the new gold since there's no gold in Fort Knox. Trump is pumping crypto today. I personally would like to see a gold reserve with my tax dollars and not crypto. Yes, I agree with that. I don't. I guess he's trying to just to have a national reserve of that too. I guess that's fine to be competitive on the economic global sphere, but nonetheless, it's good that we have a gold reserve, and hopefully we'll find out that we have that. That's the ultimate backstop, no doubt about that. You're right, Red Crawler. Let's take a look at the markets now. They have opened, and they are up, and up rather substantially for the first minute here. Now, typically what happens is there's a big snap reaction, and then they come back a little bit. And so we could see that happen tonight. But so far, silver is up 15 cents right now with the open. And I think this has to do with the news of what happened over the weekend with Zelensky. Everybody thought for sure this new deal would be signed. And I guess there's still a chance that it could. But nonetheless, the deal is, as I mentioned in the video, is that to propagate that war even more with what Stammer did over in the United Kingdom. But there it is. Good to see Kerry Tarrant is here. Constitutional Stacker is here with us. Good to see a lot of good folks here tonight. Appreciate you joining me here. Michael K., good to see you, brother. So here we go. Gold is up $10.90 right now. Platinum and palladium have both jumped up as well. In fact, even more so than silver and gold tonight. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But remember, this is just a kind of a snap reaction. We can see these prices subside a bit, but they are back there again. Pommy Ray says the deal is on again. Okay, whoa. Well, that's late breaking news. I did not hear that. Wow, interesting. Pommy Ray, thank you for sharing. Let's see here. Okay, let's get into this. We've got Fax Bulldog. Ukraine will break by end of the week and submit to peace. Well, and maybe it's happened already, perhaps so, but I kind of think if Europe is going to give them $250 million, they may continue to press on. We'll see here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, me too, Pamela Rice. I'd rather have peace in Ukraine than high gold and silver prices. Me too. So hopefully the deal, Pommy Ray says that the deal has already been signed or will be signed, or they're back on the negotiating table. I don't know. But we'll see here. All right. Let's see here. John Roberts picked up my first piece of gold, little 10th ounce Britannia today from Summit, along with 5 1-ounce silver rounds. Congratulations. Summit Metals, more and more people buying from them. And so check them out at summitmetals.com. They do have fast shipping. Some people reported that the orders have been a little bit slow. That may be the carrier's problem. When they ship them out, they're pretty quick with a turnaround processing the orders. But nonetheless, thank you. All right. Thank you. Nickel Stacking. Yes, 90,000 subs. We got that last week. Thank you very much. And Coins A to Z is here. Welcome, Coins A to Z. Good to see you, brother. Dean R is with us tonight. Welcome. And Marion Cobretti is here. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. Okay, now Skywalker PM says here, there's a story from a Dem that a meeting was held with Dems 45 minutes before the president's meeting. Zelensky went in, mine already made up. Yeah, I heard about that too, that it was sabotage and maybe staged, and that very well could have been what happened. I would not be surprised if the whole thing was staged, and with that meeting beforehand. And it's just a shame. It's just really is a shame that it could not have been signed, because I think would have helped everybody throughout. And now I hear Putin is offering mineral exports to the United States. So I don't know. We'll see here. All right, let's see here. We've got Rondo Tolson about the gold in Fort Knox. What would happen if it wasn't there? What I think and what AI thinks about it. We need audits of all government institutions. That's exactly right. Since we had frauds, thieves, and liars in the White House, Congress, and Senate, nothing has been left secured. And that is assuming security in the first place. I'm a security officer just stating out of the truth. Yes, you're right. Good point. We do need all that stuff. Lessa Anderson is here. Good to see all of you guys. Appreciate you being with me tonight. A good crowd as we watch these markets. They are waking up tonight out of Hong Kong, I guess, and Asia. And we'll see what happens here as the evening goes on and see if they continue to rise. But yes, indeed. Can anybody confirm that if a deal is back on the table again? GeoCube, good to see you. Welcome. So, silver, gold, Portugal, U.S. crypto reserve, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Sol, ADA. Yes, I've heard about that. A lot of that stuff apparently has been signed now, or that they're looking to do. Sign something to have that occur. All right, no IQ. I don't know how we could be sitting pretty if the government isn't sitting pretty. Well, I for one hope it's there. Me too. And I think it is. As to who owns it, that's really going to be the real situation, the real question. Who owns the gold? Is it really ours, or did we lease it out? All right. Okay, let's see here. Welcome. Good to see you. Hello, John. Good to see John. Dennis is here. Cybercurtain Twitcher is with us tonight. Appreciate you joining us here. Let's take a look at these markets again. Okay, they have pulled back slightly here. And so gold is up $15.90 right now. Silver is up a dime. Platinum and palladium both up as well. So silver was up 15 cents at the start of the night. But anyways, all right, there you go. Coins A to Z. I'm tracking the SMSGR, the subscribers to gold ratio. There you go. All right, we're running low on that, but we're very good. All right. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's get back over here. Okay, now silver is pulling back even more from the gains right out of the starting gate. Just as I suspected, usually it's a big snap, big move, and then it pulls back. It's like a rubber band. And now it's coming back into reality here. So silver's up only 8 cents so far. All right, let's see here. Okay, Smoke doesn't see anything about a deal. All right, so Pommy Ray, can you confirm that really is the case? As I don't know, I've not heard anything about that. I thought I checked the news earlier in the day. I've not seen anything about a deal being back up on the table again. All right, let's get to this comment from Wasilla Stacker. It says the following: if gold and silver are investments people run to when they are certain, it seems they would both be soaring right now, as there can't be a single human on the planet that is not uncertain about the near future. Yes. It's crazy. Yep, the one thing is certain is gold and silver are the best hedges, not necessarily investments against economic instability, for sure. All right, let's see here. Razor Ready says The Art of the Deal, written by Donald Trump. There will be a deal by Trump, and he will take credit for it. Now, this is not over by any means. Just wait. You might well could be right. We'll see. It just is not a deal yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Nickel Stacking says there's no deal, including the U.S., but UK said deal possible, but UK is sending more powerful missiles. Yes, that's right. It's with the United Kingdom, not the United States. And I think it's for $250 million. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Pamela Clift says, I think you are totally wrong about Goldbacks. I started my stack when they cost $3.60, and they are now $5.80, a 62% increase. Just because it's functional to spend and be useful doesn't mean you shouldn't collect. Well, Pamela, if you watch this video, I never said you shouldn't collect them. In fact, they're better for collecting than stacking. They're better to collect than stack. They're not for stacking, but for collecting, that's fine. Besides, there's only like 0.16 cent difference to purchase the price and use price. However, if you buy a gold bar, you pay a premium. You go to sell a bar and you have to get out and look for someone that has the capital that will buy it, and you don't even know what you will if you'll get spot. Very iffy market at a sell time. Goldbacks don't have that loss. I am sad at you. Well, Pamela, you didn't pay much attention. Now, of course, in this video, I really didn't go into too much detail, but I've interviewed the CEO of the Goldbacks and challenged him on the high premiums. Well, Pamela, you're assuming that Goldbacks are completely fungible. Well, even in the most popular market for Goldbacks, which is Utah, because that's where they started, only a very small, tiny fraction of businesses actually will accept them in trade, in transactions. And of those, how many of those will honor that exchange rate, the Goldback exchange rate, which is $5.80 now? You're assuming that everybody's going to honor that, and they very well may. Let's assume that they will honor it. But you have to do business. But it's only good. You can't go to the grocery store and use Goldbacks. It just has not gained that much popularity yet and notoriety. It's getting there, but it's very slow in the grand scheme of things. And Goldbacks are growing like crazy. But it's going to take a long time to be completely fungible. They're not there yet, which is why you should not stack them. But never anywhere have I said you shouldn't collect them. And so you're not listening to what I said in the video, and you're misconstruing what I've been talking about Goldbacks. I'm a big fan of the Goldback. I've got one right here. But I don't take this anywhere to spend because, at least in my area, there's no place that's going to accept them. Now, if somebody wants to accept Goldbacks, then that's fine. If they want to accept, if I want to do a transacting, and anybody can do it, and as long as they honor that exchange rate. But good luck selling them back to a dealer at that exchange rate. Ain't going to happen. You're going to lose out big time. There's about a 4,000% premium on these things, which is why you should not stack them. But collect them for the beauty and transact with them all day long. I'm not against it. But anyways, all right. So let's see, enough on that. Green Man, I guarantee that silver will go up and down and up and down and up and down. That's right. I guarantee that as well. I stand by that. If they want the war to keep going, let EU fight it and pay for it. And it looks like that's what's happening. Silver Wolverine, they signed a big deal with the United Kingdom. But very good. All right. Let's see here. And we've got this. OC Stacker. It is the first of the month in conflict in Ukraine with no end in sight. Metals will come up higher tonight. Yep. And so far, we're seeing a little bit of an example of that is occurring. Now, silver's up a dime. That's up 2 nickels. That's 10 1-cent pieces to $31.30. Gold is up $14.70 to $2,873.80. Yeah, it's somewhere about that, Coins A to Z, I believe it is. And again, I'm not against Goldbacks, but they do have a very high premium extremely high premium, and it's understandable, which is why that whole exchange rate has been put into place. That's the reason why the exchange rate is there, because they recognize and understood that's the magic of the Goldback. Let's see here. Let me just show you this. One Goldback, $5.80. The exchange rate. That's the exchange rate, okay? So, and there's places that you can actually buy it for less than the exchange rate, slightly the exchange rate. But if the businesses do not honor this exchange rate, the Goldback fails. It fails completely. And this is it. And it's coming from Utah. Utah has the most businesses that offer this exchange rate. And if they don't honor that exchange rate, it fails. It fails completely. And so that's the thing about the exchange rate. Read this page. Just go to goldback.com and click on exchange rate, and you'll see it. I'm not paid by Goldback, but I understand what the Goldback is, and I understand. And even the president who I interviewed the president of Goldback, and he agreed with me that they're not for stacking. You don't just pack away a whole wad of these things if you don't know where to spend them. They're beautiful to look at. They're very nice looking notes to collect if you want to collect them. But if you go to sell them back at your local coin shop, they're not going to give you anything for them other than spot price. And maybe they won't even take them. My coin shop won't even take them. So there's that. Oh, look at this. Silver, though, is back up 15 cents now. So from the pullbacks we saw, it's coming back up again. Platinum and palladium have now increased a bit here tonight as well, too. All right, Self-Aware says, if it's gone, so is our country. No one will ever trust Washington again. How could it be gone? The military would be guilty as hell. Well, you'd be surprised what they can do, especially on such a great land area. How many acres makes up the Fort Knox area? They would be able to get away with it. They can move that gold out of there very easily without anybody knowing. Very easily, extremely easily. Somebody tried to tell me on another comment, there's no way they could just do that without anybody knowing. Believe you me, they could. They could, for sure. All right, let's see here. We've got this from Constitutional Stacker. Metals are always a great long-term bet, especially gold. Exactly right. They are. And that has been proven time and time again. Exactly. Cemetery Shop on the No Deal video says this here. Nazis just being Nazis. Ukraine has never had any hope against Russia. But, that propaganda made it seem like more money would turn the tide. People told fabulous tales about Ukrainian victories and ultimate glory, but it was just phantom narrative. Well, they actually... they both admitted in the Oval Office meeting that Putin said it would take about 3 days, and without us, Trump said maybe 2 weeks. They've lasted 3 years now. They have fought very bravely, and there's a heck of a lot of Russians that had died. There's a lot of Russians that died. They said the meat grinder, and for all intents and purposes, it's been in a stalemate for quite a while, but obviously the incursion in the Kursk region, the Ukrainians are getting hit pretty hard there now. But regardless, Russia does have the advantage now, and how much more money can we throw at this? We couldn't afford to put the money we've already put in there, so it's got to stop. It's a stalemate that's just causing more deaths. So essentially, what's going to happen is Ukraine's going to lose territory. That's a fact. It's going to happen now. That's the reality. Ukraine's going to they're going to lose territory. They've lost no chance now of getting Crimea back, and the Donbass and the whole eastern side is going to go to Russia. And that's really probably what they wanted, because they wanted that land bridge to Crimea, and they've got it now. That's the motivation for invading, in my view. But they're going to have to come to that realization that they've lost that territory, and that those are largely Russian-speaking areas. But still, it's not excusing Putin for invading. But nonetheless, that's going to have to be given up. All right, ASL, AGL, the killing will continue. Too much money to be made. It shows they really care about the people. Yes, I know. I mean, it's crazy. Well over 1 million people have died already between both sides. All right. And let's see here. Yes, Mark Otis, yes. Yeah, when in Fort Knox about Goldfinger. I want to watch that movie again, Goldfinger, or a Goldfinger. And apparently, the motivation for Goldfinger stealing that gold was not to take the gold, but to essentially just to upset the whole financial institution. But I need to watch it again. I've watched it a long, long time ago. All right. Whoa, I'm sorry, Johnny B. Man, that's crazy. Privileges are banned on one of my videos. It wasn't me, that's for sure. Mudswat, good to see you. All right. Holy went to Kyiv just before the war started. Oh wow, really? So you were there. Interesting. Yeah. I honestly I have great respect for the Ukrainian people and for the Russian people too. I think there's good people in both places. It's the leaders that we're not a big fan of. Cars with Kicks is here. Good to see you. Welcome. All right. Good to see you guys. Okay, James Sign says here, shame. I guess we will end up buying those same metals from Russia. I think Zelensky is upset he lost the U.S. Democratic Party money laundering job. Yeah, he basically campaigned for them. Brian Fawcett, the sad thing is men will die needlessly because Zelensky can't negotiate. Yes, that's right. Very good. Let's see here. Johnny Miller says here, how about an update, bud? Russia invaded Ukraine because of the missiles were close to the Russian border and our biolabs that were there. Be educated. Well, the thing is that, I think those are talking points. Russia invaded Ukraine because they wanted territory. They've been fighting in the Donetsk region and the Donbass for years since 2014. And I think there's things at the biolabs. Yeah, there are some issues there. The major issues with biolabs now is the fact that they're vulnerable to be able to be taken for sabotage. And we don't know about any missiles that were close to the Russian border. I mean, there's whose missiles were they? Well, they weren't NATO missiles. They may have been Ukrainian missiles. But look, Putin's been threatening and actually incurring into Ukraine for years. The threat was to Ukraine from Russia for years. Actual fighting from Russian separatists that brought down that plane. Make no mistake, that whole thing was on Putin. Putin is not a good guy. He's a war criminal. That fact has not changed through all of this. But realities are we need to come to a peaceful conclusion here. That's really the bottom line. And so there was absolutely no excuse to invade Ukraine. There's problems in Ukraine. There's a lot of corruption in Ukraine, but that does not justify an invasion. Let's see here. Static collapse. What's happening in Ukraine is quite sad. From what I understand, Russia was promised NATO would not expand towards its borders. Russia isn't perfect. Ukraine isn't perfect. And NATO isn't perfect. That's true. All those statements are true. But, the whole thing about Ukraine joining NATO was because of the threat of a potential invasion. They wanted protection. That's understandable. But NATO wasn't going to go there. I mean, I guess it was to remove it from all possibility. But of course, what happened? Now we've got nations that are on the border with Russia, Sweden, and I think Norway, or very close to the border, have just joined NATO. So anyways, very good. Yes, indeed. Yep, I agree. Yes, I agree with that, Constitutional Stacker. Yep, he is. And he kills us. He poisons his opponents. People don't think about that. The long history of that Putin has with poisoning his enemies or any political dissidents. They don't have a free press in Russia. There's no freedom of speech or any of that. So, yep, exactly. All right, let's see here. But anyways, you're right. Ukraine isn't perfect either. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of money laundering that's gone through Ukraine, and they have their own set of problems. Zelensky's not the best guy either, that's for sure. So I'm kind of with Trump on this, and we just need to have it stop. We just need to have it. We just need to have it stop. Dignity says, why would Zelensky nod his head and say yes, agreeing to Putler's terms? Don Vict and Shady Vance stage this and are bullies. U.S. Have sadly isolated itself from the world. Well, the staging was done by Democrats meeting with Zelensky before. I think Zelensky was agreeable to this, at least in part. But I think they convinced him, and that was where the staging was. Or else he wouldn't have started going through and litigating it all again, talking about, what happened in 2014 and everything. But anyways, yes, indeed. All right. Very good. I'd say here, very good. All right, let's see here. Let's get back to the market again, shall we? Look at this. Silver is showing some resilience here with its gains out of the gate here tonight, as a deal is now no longer on the table for mineral rights and a deal for minerals in Ukraine. So now silver is up 11 cents to $31.31. Gold is up $11.30 to $2,870.40. And with that, folks, the deal that has been made with the United Kingdom will really expand the war in terms of more fighting in that area. And it probably is not going to lead to a stalemate. Probably going to lead to just a prolonged end that could basically mean they lose even more territory. And that would be very sad if that's the case. All right, let's see here. Guy Telfler said here, you said if gold is the ultimate backer and insurance policy, we are not a fiat currency. We use fiat for our assets and gold to back up our dollar. A country that has no gold is not backed by gold and is a 100% fiat currency country. You mentioned gold does back the U.S. dollar, and it doesn't. Obama called our country a fiat country. He got all you people to believe that. Well, that's right. We're no longer tied to gold, but because we have gold as the ultimate backdrop, in a sense, it is, in an indirect way, backing the power of our dollar. Of course, the military and the dominance, the hegemony, is there, but it's really got an extra kick because of the gold. The gold really is kind of the foundation of it all. And now people have faith in our country because of the dollar, and which really, in a sense, even though it's not tied to gold, it is indirectly kind of backed by the gold. Because think about it, if all that gold is not there, the dollar would tank. No question about that. Good to see all of you guys. Good to see you. All right, Master Blaster heard somewhere recently that a major silver bullion dealer will soon raise premiums on their silver by about $3 an ounce. Have you heard anything like this? I've not heard anything like that and so drastic. However, I have heard that people are starting to buy again, and dealers are starting to see more activity. So be prepared for maybe some of the premiums to go up too. Thorax Man says here, I think the gold is there. Why risk visiting Fort Knox and cause economic chaos if the gold wasn't there? Is it a plot to cause so much economic havoc that Trump will instill himself as king? Well, no. I just think that they just want to get assurance. And maybe this visit will lead to an actual audit, which has been requested by Rand Paul, as I mentioned in the video. Chuck and Plata is here. Good to see you, Chuck. Welcome, my friend. Here, Steele Johnson is with us too. All right, very good. Welcome to Sean. Cybercurtain Twitcher still here. Brent is with us tonight. Marion Cobretti is here. Kanito Warrior is with us. Good to see you guys. Zardal says, did anybody mention the Maltese cross bullion coin here? I don't know if they have those in gold or not, but I think that's a germanium mint piece, but likely that are small enough mintage, it probably would not be a part of this. Probably be a very high premium. All right. Master Blaster says this. New Russia strikes ship with ballistic missile in Ukrainian Black Sea port and claims it was carrying NATO weapons from UK. Wow. Interesting. Jeffrey Jackson is here. Good to see Jeffrey Jackson. Welcome, my friend. All right, let's see here. Good crowd with us tonight. We are watching the markets and seeing what's going on because of the deal that has been averted at the Oval Office with Zelensky in the United States to end the war. There's been another deal that has been made with the United Kingdom to continue the war and perpetuate the fighting. And that's pretty sad, but it's what's happening here. So gold is now up $12.60 as a result. Silver is up 12 cents tonight. So yes, indeed. CCT's got the silver Maltese cross coins. I've got one of those as well. They're really nice. All right, very good. So here we are. Platinum is up 8, palladium is up 7. So all the metals are seeing a lift, I think, from this, from what happened over the weekend here. Thank you, CCT. All right, I may be open for push-ups. I might as well get some blood flowing tonight, so I don't know if that happens. We'll see. All right, let's see here. Ron Sisler says this. March 4th is a huge day. That's right. This is a Tuesday. We'll see tariffs come into effect. Welcome to the Constitutional Republic. The evil won't go down easily. Hope for the best, but expect the worst politically and geopolitically. Get your gold and silver. Hold on to it. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's get over here to the next comment, shall we? All right. We've got this from Tech B4C. Let's announce that we're auditing Fort Knox and give weeks of time before doing the actual audit. Plenty of time to move gold in for the audit. Some people believe that, but I don't know that would be the case because it's a specific kind of gold. These are specific bars, and I don't think that's going to happen. They're between 98 to 90%, up to 985% pure. Cybercurrent Twitter. I generally avoid making political statements. It's about time the British government was brought down. Well, I tell you, sadly, CCT's got to be very careful with what he says, apparently, online. So, yeah, because freedom of speech is under attack in the United Kingdom, and it's a shame. Very good. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Let's see here. BC USA loves the slurping. All right, BC, here we go. This will be in stereo for BC USA. Let's try it again in stereo. Here we go. If you don't have headphones, you should get some and go back and rewind and listen to that slurp. Just for BC USA. Gotta love it. All right, let's see here. And we've got Helter Skelter. No resolution to Ukraine. Gold goes up for sure, and that's exactly what has happened tonight. The markets are reacting. They are up. Gold and silver. Silver's up 11 cents. Gold is up $11 and almost 11 cents. 28.70 and 20. And silver's up 11 cents, 31.31. Kookaburra Man is here tonight. Good to see you, sir. If we are going to help the European allies, we should stop all the aid to Israel. After you do the math, we spend much more money helping Israel than anyone else. Well, I don't know. I have to see the math on that. They are under the greatest threat from a myriad of different places. But nonetheless, they are closing out this war, hopefully, with Hamas. Hamas must be destroyed no matter what. That should be non-negotiable. And they can probably do it themselves, but we'll see there. All right. Hey, B. Taylor. Good to see B. Taylor. Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Fist bump to B. Taylor. We love B. Taylor. Check him out. He's got a channel too. Loves coins and precious metals. Smart guy. We love B. Taylor. Good to see you. Bill 457 is here. Robbie Sue, welcome. Thank you, Ruby Sue. Love that. Not Bobby. Ruby Sue. Thank you, Ruby Sue. You're awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get back into some of these comments. We have got this from Silverstruck. Gold is stable. The world is not. That's really the bottom line, isn't it? Gold really is stable, and the world is not. Hopefully a deal will be made in the near future to save what can be saved of Ukraine. Exactly right. They want to preserve their national sovereignty. They're going to have to deal with losing some land on that. Yes, indeed. Someone else may come, Kookaburra Man, but if we wipe out Hamas, that will send a very powerful message to whoever comes along. Just like these Al Qaeda leaders and what Israel did with Hezbollah. What Israel did with Hezbollah is and Hamas, a new leader pops up after they kill the old one. Boom! Within days, they've taken out that new leader. You've got to just demoralize, take them out, root them all out, and next people that come along 20 years later. Remember what happened 20 years ago when Hamas? Well, you knew people, Hamas version 2. You do anything to threaten the integrity of Israel and its people. Boom, you're gone. You're gone. Let me tell you a story. There was I think it may have been one of these back in 2002. This was a great thing when there was a lot of suicide bombings happening in Israel, and I think this may have been a former commander of Hezbollah that may have been there. He was wheelchair bound. Well, what happened is the Israelites sent an American-made weapons. It was like I guess it was a missile from a C-130, American-made, total American-made weapon, and launched this thing. And what it did is it decapitated the said terrorist, Kookaburra Man, and it completely decapitated him by disintegrating his entire body. The only thing left was his head. It blew him up, but left his head. I would have loved to see the pictures of that. That was a glorious, glorious takedown, and to send a powerful message. Yes, indeed. All right, Silver Wolverine, have a good evening. Thank you. All right, yes, indeed. Let's see here. All right, Armando Reyes, the UK is ready to put boots on the ground. Have fun. That's if they're ready to send soldiers, that could certainly widen the conflict, maybe even cause World War III. It's crazy. All right, let's see here. When we have here Gregory Green says, when your Secretary of the Treasury says the last audit was on September 2024 and it's all there, that pretty much ends the debate. Next topic, this will die down and become a nothing burger. Good clickbait for stackers or preppers, though. Most of these two groups are willing to believe any conspiracy theory. Yes. Well, and the thing is, it doesn't end the debate just because he says that the audit was done in September. I've seen that audit. It is grossly lacking in any kind of details. So we need confidence that it is there. That happens every single year, by the way, that audit. So we need a little bit more than just that. Remember, just because we can trust Secretary Bessent, which I do, to some extent, trust but verify. That's really what it boils down to. All right. That's right. V Corpse Estate. Exactly right. Exactly. Sabinator's here. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Glad you all are here with us tonight. And Stranger Silverware says, there's a phrase that goes, pot calling the kettle black. So when little Z calls Trump a sucker, he should take a look in the mirror. All right. All right, let's see here. Very good. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Kookaburra Man. Well, that's a whole larger debate I don't want to get into. But if you look at the history of that, Israel and that land where it is, it's their land. But nonetheless, there's a whole big debate we can have from that. But anyways, I want to get into too much there. But basically, history is on the side of the nation of Israel in pretty much every scenario. But nonetheless, Israel also allows for anybody to live there if they're peaceful, Muslims, Jews, and Christians, because it's important to all religions. As long as they're peaceful, they're fine with people living there. And I think that's really the bottom line. But anyways, let's see here. Yes, Mark Razor says that Trump will make a deal with Ukraine. It's not over. I hope so. He very well could. Hopefully we'll get back to the negotiating table and get everything worked out. I really do hope that will be the case. I really do hate to see. I mean, I can't. It's amazing. So many people have died there. It's just in that short amount of time. All right. Very good. The Costco sells 10-ounce silver bars in Canada and it's sold with capsules. Whoa, that's interesting, and not plastic bags. Wild. Mark Razor just gifted a Salivate Metal memberships. Very nice of you. H.G. Hill got one. Thank you, Mark Razor. First one of the night. Thank you, sir. Craig Miller says, make the deal with the EU, you big silly. Yes, well, and I don't know what's going to happen there. Europe may very well be the major funder of the war there. We'll see. JF Enterprise says the following: I wonder if fighting aged men are hiding in women's clothes when they have to go out in public and avoid being conscripted to fight. They very well may be. I would not be surprised if that was the case. And in some cases, I wouldn't blame them. Because sadly, it's a losing proposition there. Muscle and Math says biggest conspiracy would be that gold is actually all there. Then the military hasn't moved somehow so that when it's checked, it appears that there's nothing there or a tiny fraction. Panic ensues, price of gold skyrockets, and then they actually sell it. Trump could or could not be in on it. I wouldn't be surprised either way. No matter what happens with this visit, it's going to raise more questions. You're not going to satisfy anybody. Even if you do a very thorough audit, somebody's going to find some question somewhere about it. You won't be able to satisfy everyone. But anyways. Yes, Mike Matthews is exactly right. I forgot about that. Not only did they get poisoned, but Putin's rivals also get thrown off buildings. Yep. That's really that's the preferred way, it looks like. Yes, indeed. And we've got Michael K. All right, there you go. Hopefully no more bullets. That's right, exactly. Amen. All right, Sign Up says, silver is the most crucial element for our civilization. Well, right now, with all the technology, AI, and stuff like that, that very well is looking to be the case. All right, let's see here. Yes, yep, exactly right, Kookabear Man. I agree with you on that. We need more people that love their country. And not just United States people in the U.S., but other countries. Romania, Indonesia. Love your country. But the thing is, if your country is good, but if countries recognize freedom and liberty, that's the most important thing. And provide equal opportunities for everyone. That's really the bottom line. You provide equal opportunities for everyone to succeed in life and make sure people have God-given rights, then you should love your country. You really should. Freedom of expression, freedom to defend yourself, freedom to work, freedom to not be discriminated against based off of your color, based off of your sexual identity, or anything like that. People should have the freedom, and it should be based off the merit of the individual. See people as individuals for who they are and what they're worth, not based off of any kind of outside appearance. That's really the thing. T the Silver Stacker, yep, very sad this war will continue, and it really is. But hopefully things will work out soon. We're hoping so. All right. Macver Chelde says, did you buy 200 grams of gold at once? Your bars are sequential. Yes, it was a purchase I made cashing out my IRA years ago. And believe it or not, I think even with the price increase, I'm still not above water on that. In other words, that was sort of a mistake that I made back then, taking that out. I probably should not have done that. Even though gold has gone up more than double now, I think the price that I paid for them, almost double maybe. But when you take in the taxes that I paid, the tax penalty, and inflation, and also any kind of gains that would have been had by the IRA, by that particular IRA, I'm probably still underwater on that deal. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the market, shall we? Just for gits and chiggles while we're here. Look at this, folks. They are up, and I think this is a direct result of what happened with Putin or with Zelensky and Trump Vance at that meeting at the White House, and maybe even the meetings that were held before with senators with Zelensky that may have turned the tide and to cause him to question. And I think that was staged. I think it was. But anyway, so there that is. Silver is up 12 cents, $31.32. Gold up $13 right now. to $2,872.10. Platinum up 5, palladium up 7 here. Still under $1,000 each. All right. Very good. Crazy. Steele Johnson hates everybody equally. There you go. All right. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. All right. Pommy Ray is back on. Remember to press the like button to play the video. Yes, indeed. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. And I think Pommy Ray may be conflating what happened in England with the English and their deal with. That's not the same deal. That's definitely not the same deal that Trump was making. As far as I know, there is no deal yet. Gold Maple, Ukraine is in a precarious situation. 1/4 of their territory is occupied by Russia. With the war raging on at the same time, Ukraine owes billions of dollars to the U.S., Canada, and EU. Yep, that's right. I need a life raft. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Millie Carrington says here, Starmer may be the UK PM, but he doesn't speak for most Brits. Well, he doesn't allow most Brits to speak freely, apparently, from what I understand. That's a problem, too. Southside Frankie is also from the United Kingdom, and he says this. I think the deal did not go ahead because Trump wanted half Ukraine minerals, but it did not seem to offer security guarantee for Ukraine. Yes, I think that's the sticking point, or whatever, or that was what was put into Zelensky's head coming into that meeting. However, I think that had to be negotiated out. That was not there was no guarantee because we hadn't started negotiating that yet. He just wants to bring everybody to the table, and the negotiating leverage that he would have been a deal signed with Ukraine for those mineral rights, right? And then once Putin found out about it, then he so the United States is going to be working with Ukraine. Maybe we better not attack. And then he gets Putin to sign an agreement that says, okay, you will not attack Ukraine while we're doing this and for a period of this time. And maybe as incentive for you not to attack Ukraine, we'll do a mineral deal with you as well. Everybody would win in that case. Think about that for a moment. There's no security guarantees because we've not gotten that far in the negotiations yet. That's the thing about this. Trump really was approaching this in a brilliant way. And the mineral, to potentially obtain minerals and to benefit all of the parties involved, I think that would be a win-win situation when it's all said and done, knowing that obviously Ukraine is going to lose some territory. And I hate to say that, but that's just the reality. It's not going back. The eastern part is not going back, sadly. Okay, the loan from the UK is guaranteed against frozen Russian assets. Losing the USA will, of course, be a big blow. Ukraine is also important to the USA economic interest due to imports into the USA, especially since Trump is implementing tariffs to his other friends. This is the reason we stack. You're right. This is the reason we stack. And it is unfortunate that this thing has not worked out yet, but it's not over yet, as some people say. Even here in the chats, we'll find out. All right, very good. Duke Nukeman is here. Good to see you. Welcome. So let's see here. And the Reflective Metal says, whatever happens with all my years of stacking, I sleep better. Yes, that's right. In the end, it's very good. All right, let's see here. We've got Deathmon says, you convinced me to purchase 1 gram gold increments. They will make great gifts as birthday presents and Christmas. Well, good. I'm glad, but I tell you, still, look at the premiums. Make sure you're not paying very high premiums, for them. But yes, that's good. If gold's expensive now, and so yes, indeed, if you can find one with a little bit lower premiums, that's a good way to do it. And I'm going to try to fill up that wallet if I can. Rego Silver, I'm not sure if the government would ever say that they have less gold than they have been saying for all these years. Yeah, and who knows what this will force them to do. We'll find out. And I think that's why they have the gold. All right. Nickel stacking. Is this the same nickel stacking? 2023. Let me see if he's here. But anyways, let's see here. Congrats on 90,000 plus subs. U.S. I think is out of the peace game. I don't think Zelensky trusts Trump. Sees him as pro-Putin. I think NATO might send troops or even give Ukraine nukes, which would be very dangerous. I think Zelensky believes UK, France, Germany, and Poland will pick up U.S. void. Yep, I think he does think that, but I would not rule out a deal with the U.S. yet. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because you think about it, if they're going to be doing that, yeah, if they send nukes or if they send him, that would be obviously very dangerous. But we'll just see what happens here. Hello, the rally car guy. Good to see you. Good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys joining me. Let's do one more, then we'll take a look at the markets again. Metals are up because of this deal, as I suspected in this video. But on the Fort Knox thing, Richard Metcalf, I think the more likely scenario is that most, but not all of the gold is there. If it's empty, hold on to your seats. Exactly right. The real question is who actually owns it? Has it been rehypothecated? That's the type of thing we need to find out. That will only be found out through a very thorough audit. And not just Fort Knox reserves, but the gold, mostly probably in New York, by the way, wanting to be audited. Count Trumpula is here. Good to see you. All right. Let's take a look here, shall we? Okay, this is the smallest increase we've seen of the night. Silver is pulling back its gains fairly dramatically here now. It is now up 6 cents at $31.27. Gold is only up at $7.30 a night. Duke Nukem, and I saw an update earlier today from MSNBC that Zelensky was still open to making a deal with Trump. So there's still hope. Good. I'm glad. That's good to know. Very good. So he's still open to it. I hope he will call, and hopefully they can have a civil conversation and work it all out. That would be great. You know, I mean, the thing is we really do, at this point, and going on 3+ years with a stalemate, very small territorial gains, with a lot of death, it's just got to get, it's got to end. It has to end. And Trump did show great respect for the fighters and the generals and the soldiers and the bravery of the Ukrainians. I mean, he told them that. I watched that whole presser, or that whole thing. It really didn't go off the rails until near the end there. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Let's get back over here, shall we, to the comments. We've got Duke Nukem on the gold in Fort Knox. Says the following here. This. Hey, Sal, I want to ask you something on this topic. Everywhere I go, stacking channels are literally obsessed with the theory that there's no gold in Fort Knox, but virtually nobody's talking about the more likely scenario that the gold is all there and accounted for. Well, that's really the sticking point. Because I'm with you. I believe the gold is there, and I believe it probably is accounted for as well. But a lot of people want to know for sure that the gold is actually tied to the U.S. and the Treasury and not rehypothecated. But I think once we get that audit, then hopefully it should set most people's mind at ease. It won't please everybody. But he says, what do you think will happen if the auditors at Fort Knox can truly say, we told you so, and bust this conspiracy theory once and for all? There still will be doubters no matter what, Duke Nukem. That's a sad reality. I believe it's there without an actual full audit. I believe it's all there and it's all ours, but others do not. But I think we really should get an audit, and a full transparent audit, so that we can set most people's minds at ease. I think that's really the only way. But I think once it happens, I think hopefully most reasonable people will say, okay, great, we've done it. I believe it. And so we're good to go on it. But there will always be a select few people who, it doesn't matter, no matter what you do, they will call it deep fakes or it's AI or whatever. But anyways, all right, Stacker Factor is here. Zelensky got bent over harder than Stormy Daniels. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. All right. Silver Height says Trump Zelensky Oval Office was like a scammer call. makes nice for 39 minutes, then it goes off the rails. Yes, that's true. Yes, right, with like a scammer call. And I like to mess with the, I love to mess with the scammers when they call me. It's great fun. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, Hamilton informant. Poland has found a nice reserve of silver, and they need to protect that. The new euro is going to be backed by it. Yes, crazy. We'll see what happens there. This coffee is getting cold. If nobody else is going to drink this coffee, I'm going to. I don't see any of you taking any slurps of this, so I've got to do it. The things I do for you people, I tell you. All right, let's see here. No IQ. Actually, he does have a high IQ, but that's another story. He says here, I can't lose heart because my wife said I don't have one. Anyway, when I go to the LCS, I try to get some gold, and with leftover from my monies, I'll get 90% dimes. I like that. I love to get those dimes too. There's no gold. I'll just buy a roll of 90% dimes with 2 Walking Liberty halves and try again next time. There you go. I like that. Yes, indeed. All right, you guys are great. Thank you for being here. Good evening, amateur stacker from Waukesha, Wisconsin, or Waukesha. I think I'm grilling out tonight. Whoa, it's that warm up there in Wisconsin, Waukesha. Anyways, Karen, what is the best gold to buy? I have 4 gold coins as of today. Congratulations, Karen. You might want to check my video out. If you go to my channel, watch this video before you make another purchase. If you go to my videos, scroll down, you're going to see best to stack. The 5 best gold coins to stack right now with bonus. Check that video out. There's 2 bonuses in there, so I hope you will see that from 2 days ago. Hopefully we'll check that out. Very good. All right. Silver Shelby Stacker, who we appreciate. He's been very kind to leave some nice comments on the videos. Appreciate that. Says here, thanks, Sal. See you all. Family Salvation Nation family, I hope you're all having a great day. Yes, indeed. Silver Shelby, we're having a great day. Thank you so much. All right. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Waukesha. Thank you, MGTOW Legion. Appreciate that. All right. Frank Salvador. Question. The IRS allows physical metal IRAs, but not allow delivery of physical product. Why? In order to be protected because once you do that, then it takes it out of that shelter of being an IRA. There are some places to do physical ones, but it's not really, it's really not that. In fact, those are kind of a little bit scrupulous, but anyways. Jam Unleashed, thank you for posting a link to that video. Appreciate that. Marilyn Hughes is with us. Welcome, Marilyn Hughes. Good to see you. Thank you. So here we go. Okay, now silver back up again, up 11 cents. Been a little bit of a yo-yo here tonight but silver has been up consistently through the whole night, but it's just how much. It's up $31.32. Waukesha. Okay, Waukesha, and hopefully I won't forget that. Waukesha. All right. And gold up $9.80 tonight to $2,868.90. So the metals complex are up tonight. Stacker factor. Imagine if they randomly audited a dozen bars and some of them came back fake. That would be something. Man, that would be, and that would certainly raise a very big fuss, and it would be a lot of concern for sure. Kookaburra Man, the Trump team needs to shut down the IRS and all of the stupid rules. I agree with you. I really do. I think there's better ways to do it, that we don't need the IRS. It puts a lot of stress and headache on people. I'm not against paying taxes, but I think we need to find some other way to do it. Tariffs would be the best way, I think. But you know, it's going to involve some other things that happen. It's not going to be easy if they really want to do it, but I like the idea for sure. Great idea. Totally agree with you, Kookaburra Man. All right, Count Trumpula. Good to see you. Who is the baddest mofoer in Stackerland? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, the silver stacker, the baddest, would have been Silver Slacker, who was not a slacker at all. I think at one time, I don't know if he still has it, he had 17,000 ounces of silver. I only say that because he did post it publicly at one point in time. Great guy, by the way. But he was very heavy on silver and had a full ounce of gold. 1 full ounce of gold. All right. But yeah, I think that's the most hardcore silver stacker that I've ever seen, for sure. Shadow work. UPMA, United Precious Metals Association, accounts your deposits into silver and gold eagles and spend them with a debit card. Okay, wow. Interesting. All right. Silver prison stacker. A pretty bad dude. Okay, wow, cool. Nice. Very awesome. I don't know. I've not seen him around for a while. He would comment on my videos, from time to time, but I haven't seen him lately, so I pray he's doing well. Good to see you guys. Eli is here. Good to see you. Born Hunting is with us as well. All right, and on the video about Neil Gold at Fort Knox, we have this from Rossman. Keep stacking and accumulating metals, food, and lead. Tough times ahead, in my opinion. If there's gold or no gold at Fort Knox, there's that storm on the horizon regardless. Yes, exactly right. I bought mine 950 ounces of silver and 3 ounces of gold was bad. I stand corrected. Whoa, hey, no, everybody that's got gold and silver, that's great. It's awesome. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Coins A to Z. I think he made that comment for long after he stopped making videos. Yeah, he probably was burnt out on YouTube, for sure. Yes, indeed. Well, let's see here. Where are we at? Let's get into this. We've got Cemetery Shop. Says the following. No regrets at all. Sometimes the high prices inflicts a bit of pain, but when you finally hold it in your hand, the pleasure. Oh, yes, indeed. That's right. There's something about having something of value in your hand, something of substance, and gold and silver really are that. And they're beautiful metals, and it's really hard to really really understand it until you actually hold it. So Cemetery Shop is exactly right there. All right. Let's see here. We've got Old Dark House. Says here about the LBMA. On the LBMA website, an article about Professor Richard Roberts covered the great financial crisis of 1914. Everyone ran to the banks to exchange their banknotes for gold. The banks couldn't get anyone to accept silver. The LBMA has an interest in confusing and misleading the public. But it's true, silver might never keep pace with gold. Can I have your 2 cents? Well, so far it has not for the last 10 years. The ratio has widened slowly over that time and even up since 2020. So I think there's something to be said for that. But anyways, but yes. Oh, look at this. Kookaburra Man has just gifted 5 Salivate Metal memberships across the valley. If you receive one of those from him, give him a warm thank you. And thank you, Kookaburra Man, for that. Very cool. Silver Slacker probably on an island somewhere. If he's got 17,000 ounces, he probably bought a lot of under $15 to $20. Yes, he did. He bought a lot of it then. It was crazy. So I used to watch his channel a lot. It was a lot. It was crazy. Lots of silver. And he was not a silver pumper, by the way. He was definitely not. He just enjoyed the metal. And he got a lot of different types of silver and collected it. And he believed in it for what it was, which was nice. You know, it was cool. It was refreshing. All right, let's see here. Jaeger, please never resort to asking chatbots about PMs and using that as speculation content. I don't think I've ever asked a chatbot. If there is a chatbot in here, I don't know. Where's the chatbot? I don't know where it is. Good to see Silver Crust Life. I must be missing something. I don't know where a chatbot is. Here. Let's see here. All right. Snakebite says, grabbed 4 more rolls of dimes and 4 tubes of VU Kennedy. As to the stack, I know not much, but it adds up. It sure does, and that's a good amount. I believe in constitutional silver. I think it's a great way, for sure. I'm a chatbot. All right. Now everybody's going to say they're a chatbot. All right. Well, tonight's crypto surge also pushed gold and silver. Let's see what cryptos are doing. Because I haven't checked, maybe because of Trump's announcement, they're going crazy. Bitcoin is up to 94,000 now. Wow, it's up almost 10% tonight. Ethereum is up over 13%. Crazy. Well, look at this. Wow. All right, I heard that he believed in generational wealth. I put my money that he did not sell any of them. I don't think he did either. Duke Nukem, I think he means chatbot equals AI. All right, let's see. There should be a free fitty option. Oh man, thank you, Count Trumpula, $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. And look, Who's Stacking is here from Who's Your Stacker. Good to see you, Who's. Hope you're doing well, my friend. So good to see you. Oregon Gold Hunter is here tonight. And there you go. That's right. There you go. Silver realist. Being real about silver does not mean you don't hate it or don't love it. Or yeah, you can still love silver, love what it is, what it has been. XRP is up 35% since that was mentioned in the tweet too. So yes, there being a lot of being bumped up by Trump's Truth Social. We're good. All right, very good. All right, thank you. Lulu Lucky is here. Good to see you, Lulu Lucky. Oh yeah, very good. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Very good. 44 months, man. Sure does. Thank you. Who's Stacking here? It's amazing. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you so much. Wow. All right. Bellows Forge says this. He says, Sal, I personally think if Fort Knox is missing some or all of the gold, then it will most likely be hidden from public knowledge, as it could be catastrophic if the news is leaked out. But how would they hide it? What would they do to cover it up? That was what I want to know. And thank you again, Who's Your Stacker, for your awesome support. You are the man. Appreciate that. Stacker Factor, I'd consider selling some of my stack if there was something I wanted more than silver, but I'll take metals over a fancy car, expensive vacation, or almost anything else. Me too. Exactly. You know, the thing about it, you know, when you're talking about something that a piece of electronics gear, a house or car, you know, those things can break down, they wear, they lose value. I mean, houses typically hold their value, but there's constant upkeep and maintenance, and you have to pay taxes on them every year, by the way, for taxes and cars. But with gold and silver, they don't have to worry about breaking down. They maintain, as long as they could be melted down in a fire, but nonetheless, it's really low maintenance. Store in a cool, dry place. That's it. And your silver won't get toned. But other than that, you can enjoy it. You can fondle it. You can molest it. You know, I mean, it's really cool. I like that about silver and gold. It's pretty sweet. Strike that from the record when I said molest. All right, Four Wheels from Rob says, definitely a very controversial subject. One that is everyone talking. Having gold being stored in multiple locations is definitely a good move by our government. Maybe we should be checking all locations to see how much gold is actually there. Let's go Doge. Yes, indeed. Check all the locations. We should be doing that. All right. All right. Yep. We've got Electrum 8809. Says this, and we'll check the markets after this. Appreciate you guys being patient with me. A lot of my silver got a strange smell to it now. It was buried in a basement for a while, yes. And some of that odors can be attached to it, kind of like dust can. All right, Sal, you are leaving out one more important fractional option, placer gold. You can even buy pay dirt or sell your placer gold to pay dirt sellers. You can buy as little as a quarter gram, but I recommend 1 or more grams. And most importantly, make sure that the pay dirt is guaranteed 100%. It's also a lot of fun, and you can hone your painting skills. Well, that's very different than stacking. You do not stack placer gold. You want to have fun with it, that's great. But it is a very different animal. And placer gold, how can you verify it? Very difficult. Very small little pieces. It's fun, and I think it's great if you want to make money on pay dirt. I know somebody that does that. But it is fun, but it is not a fractional option to stack. Whoa, Who's Stacking with a $2 super chat? Thank you, my friend. Fondle this. You know I had to do it. That's right. Fondle. Oh, my goodness gracious. And he knows I like to fondle my silver. Thank you, Who's Stacking. Appreciate that, my brother. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the markets now, shall we? And then we may do some push-ups for some of these recent little super chats we got, and in fact, we'll do that. We'll do 8 of them here. So gold is now up $8.90, but silver is now pulled back from its gains tonight. Gold is up 3 cents to silver's up 3 cents to $31.24. That's it. Will it go into the red tonight? So I don't know. It started out strong, but it's right now at this hour is a little bit down. Duke Nukem Placer Gold is very small little flakes that are found in streams and with that are out. People go panning for gold. Those are little tiny flakes that you get. I think that's what placer gold is. Very, very tiny. We're talking about fractions of a gram. Very tiny. If you sneeze, they would just blow away. It's like little dust particles. All right, let's do 8 push-ups. Ruby Sue with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ruby Sue. Wow. Very kind of you. So let's do 13. Let's do 13 push-ups. I think that'll cover what we have tonight. I usually don't do this on a Sunday night, but we're going to leave the markets here. You can see them moving in real time. Maybe my push-ups will cause silver to go up even more. Let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. There we go. 13. 2013 was the year this channel got started. And I don't know if you all noticed or not, but I haven't given up on the channel since then. All right. Jeff Reynolds. Whoa. Thank you so much. 1/3 of an ounce on me. Thank you, Jeff Reynolds, with $5 more. Thank you, my friend. That was his 20th super chat. And that's the biggest number I've ever seen with regards to the count on that. Whoa. And Stacker Factor with 5. Wow. Yes, I'm getting a workout tonight. Let me catch my breath here, and I'll do 10 more. Very kind of you guys. Thank you, Stacker Factor. All right. Let's see here. Look at so far, my push-ups have not pushed the price of silver up. And if I had the weights, and you know what? Let me see here. Should I do 10 curls instead? Because that's pumping iron. And maybe that will pump silver's price up. I can be a silver pumper by pumping some iron. I'll do that because I want to be a silver pumper right now. And we're losing viewers on this, but that's all right. We'll do it anyway. You guys are awesome. Let's do 10. For those of you new here, I'll explain why I do this here. Just a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so thank you guys for sticking with me. So those of you who are new, usually, it doesn't usually happen on Sundays, but I'm taking a little exception this time, is whenever somebody super chats, I usually do a push-up or an exercise for each dollar donated. If it's via PayPal, friends, and family, I do 2. So that's what's going on there. So I apologize for interrupting the stream with that, but I usually don't do it on a I don't usually do it on a Sunday night. But anyways, very good. All right, Numismatic Stacker, thank you so much. Good to see you, Numismatic. Matt Wings is here. Joey Libs is here. Mark Otis is here. I'm not ripped, but I probably ripped a muscle or two doing these things. Let's take a look at some other comments. We've got Lovely Jubilee. Says, thank you for a very informative video. By the way, when are they scheduled to look in Fort Knox? We don't know yet. It's not been scheduled yet. I was kind of hoping it would have been by now, but there's probably a lot of logistics and a lot of negotiating happening behind the scenes so as to not give away any secrets. So I think that's what they're doing now. But we'll see. We'll see here. All right. You guys are great. Let's see here. Let's slurp our way through to the next comment. We've got this from Blue Collar Metals. I'll be there with you when the market's open. Love your live streams. Well, thank you, Blue Collar. Hopefully you join us tonight. We're here. Well, and Eric, man, good. Eric was our original. He was the OG of the moderators here. Community engagement matters, folks. Love the show and tickle the like button. Ben and Bennett. Yes, it has been. Actually, it's been. I actually have been counting, Eric, and it's been a little longer than a minute. It's been about 7,433 minutes. But good to see you, Eric. Welcome, and thank $10. So let's do 10 push-ups for him. All right, and it's Monday night where CCT is, so he's got to say goodnight. Thank you for being here, CCT. Check out Silver Heist's newest video on Fort Knox. He's got 12 or more reasons about why and how the gold should be audited. It is a blueprint that they should look at. Check out his video. Thank you, Eric. Very kind of you, and so good to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. The one and the only. There's Eric. All right, let's do 10 more for him. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. All right. Now, we've reached the end. We're going to refresh these comments. While we do that, let's take a look at the markets again. All right, silver picking back up a little bit, bringing it back from the brink. Silver was up only 3 cents earlier. Now it's up 6 cents. So maybe the push-ups are helping to pump up the price of silver. Gold is up $10.90 to $2,870. That seems like a bargain these days, doesn't it? Crazy. All right, have a good night, CCT. Thank you, brother. And ZZYDF RDF is here. That's John Knox, who hangs here if he knows if there's gold in this fort. Yeah, there you go. Yes, I like that. We'll ask John Knox. I like that. Is there gold in your fort? And thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to Silver Heist channel. Appreciate that. And their Cemetery Shop is here with us tonight. Appreciate him being here. We'll keep an eye on all this stuff. Let's get down here. Some of these are the comments that have made their way across our device here. From Kookaburra Man, I'm not a Democrat or Republican, but there's one thing that I know. Vladimir Putin is a criminal and Russia is a big bad bully, and we need to protect anyone from that big bad place. I come from former Yugoslavia, and once we broke up, the Russians and Greeks came in their piece of pie. Even all the Western European countries came in to protect us, but the United States decided to stay away. And after a few genocides, the U.S. came to interfere to war and stop the war. My question is how many genocides are we going to allow in Ukraine before we tell Russia and its allies to stay away? And I certainly understand where you're coming from on that, Kookaburra Man. And I guess the thing is hopefully we can get to the point where they stop. I think this is what the whole goal is here, because we've already bled $350 million there, much of it unaccounted for. So hopefully we can get it to stop. But good comment there. Love to win this for sure, and thumbs up. Thank you. Tube of Silver Eagles. That was done there for sure. And Kookaburra Man says here, very good, and thanks for sharing. Thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate that. He goes back and watches older videos, and I appreciate that very much. And we've got, let's see here. All right, Four Wheels from Rob on this video here says the following. And Dan W is here. Welcome, Dan W. Good to see you. Appreciate it. Oh, man, Stacker with a $2. Appreciate that. His first super chat here with $2 from Canada. Thank you, Stacker. He says, keep on stacking. All right, Ken Chat, got my 4 grandkids this weekend. No problem. Thank you, sir, for popping in tonight. Bill Arrington, appreciate you, sir. All right. As an honorary citizen, thank you for popping in. So gold and silver will be fine. I call it a conflict with big money laundering issues. Most of Ukraine remains unaffected as public walks the streets and partisan night. Z-Puppet is being told not to stop fighting. The CIA war machine grinds, benefiting the nameless entities at the expense of the U.S. taxpayers' research. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot happening there, and I think that it just needs to stop at this point. Duke Nukem says, I agree that the war in Ukraine has gone on too long, but Putin needs to pay a price for it. He started it, and he's prolonging it. His fault, no matter how you look at it. No, you're right. He did start this. He invaded, and he bombed Kyiv. He bombed apartment buildings in Kyiv, and all throughout the entire country, really. But you're right. But I don't know that I don't think there's anybody in a position to make Putin suffer for or to pay a price. I don't know that anybody could do it at this point. I think we just need to get it to stop now. I don't know what could happen. without actually invading Russia, what could be done? How could he pay? That's the real question. How would anybody be able to do that if it wasn't for some other type of breaking international law? How would he pay? I guess that's the question. But yeah, and then and then what could we do? If there is a ceasefire, could there be elections again in Ukraine? I would hope so. There should be, right? Yes, Trump could do it, but what could he do? What could he do, though? That's the question. I don't know. I mean, and it's a serious question because, how do you hold somebody accountable in something like that if they're winning a war? I don't know. It's a tough thing. Do we keep sanctions on them? I don't know. And we've put about as tight as sanctions as we could on Russia, right? So I don't know. It's a good question, and but we'll see here. All right, let's see here. And what about the accountability for a lot of that lost money too? Can we find where that money went that we sent? Lidford, thank you. Love you too, brother. Good to see you guys. Good discussions, you all. Appreciate it. So let's answer another comment and see what we've got here. So this is the deal breaker video that I posted this afternoon. Says this: so many ignorant folks out there. A person on here hit it right on target. It's the U.S. biolabs that are in Ukraine. It's the most corrupt country of all time. It's time to shut down the funding to Ukraine. Well, those biolabs, I think, are a straw man. Yes. And some of those biolabs, they're conflating with what happened in Wuhan. But nonetheless, I don't think it was necessarily set up to be something to target necessarily Russia. They could have been, it's a slim possibility. But how many of these bioweapon or biolabs are in all over our ally regions? How many are in Poland? How many are in the United Kingdom? How many are in Uganda? I don't know. We could have them. There's these biological labs. That's a very general term. We don't know really what they're about. I don't know. But the thing is that means that he would probably be Putin would not be. I don't know. He would. I don't know. It's just I'd have to learn more about that. But anyways, I think that's sort of a straw man argument. John Knox says that are old Soviet labs. It's just something brought up by Russian bots. Okay, so there's old Soviet labs, but don't we have some sort of interest in them? So John Knox, yeah, he's more worried about the American labs in China. Yeah, me too. Exactly. Look at the funding we've given to those, and for you know what I mean. So John Knox has a really good point there, and very good. Let's see here. All right. Paul Verman says it's all a planned clown show. That's all, folks. Yes. And and regardless of what the impetus was for it, it just has to stop now. We've got to cut our losses. Let's see. Biolabs are investigating local outbreaks of any kind of disease that are everywhere. Okay, and that's kind of what I thought. There's no one's really been able to define exactly what these labs were. So how common are they? Where are they? And what's happening, what's being sent there. So it's a good question. I just never really bought that narrative. Yeah. All right. Finn Swede says, I think Zelensky has done enough of that white gold on behalf of the American taxpayer. It was satisfying watching Trump advance, put him in his place at the White House. Thank you for your thoughts on that. I kind of wish it would have gone smoother, but it is what it is. And but anyways, Frankel Gardes 6510 says, if the Ukrainians take the deal, they only lose 5% of the country. If they don't take the deal, they lose 100% of it. Yep, exactly. And that's one of the things that I think that the point that was trying to be made there. That's exactly right. Yep, they're going to lose land either way. I'd rather only lose 5% than potentially the entire country. All right, let's see here. All right. right. They were black and yellow labs. Okay. I don't know exactly what that means. Black and yellow labs. Mr. Investor Channel, most certainly not. Do you regret your decision? All right, very good. All right, awesome. I'm glad you don't regret your decision on gold that you bought. That's great. Very good. And let's see here. And we've got Jasper messing about. It would be an excuse to go to alternatives. All right. Yes. That would be. That's true. And maybe Bitcoin, setting up for Bitcoin reserves. All right, thank you. All right, thank you so much, Hamilton Informant. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Very good. And Mike Kitten is a grandmaster, thinks that what happened between Zelensky and Donald Trump is Donald Trump's fault. All right, so he blames Donald Trump. And appreciate your viewpoints there. And Dennis Niemeyer says, deal or no deal, shut the war down. It's all about the minerals that Russia wants. Buy the dips. There you go. All right. Yes, and if we get a deal with Ukraine on the minerals, Russia won't be getting those minerals, right? All right. Let's see here. And yeah, and the thing is what's going on. There's so many different factors with regards to what's been happening in Ukraine. A lot of corruption happening there. A lot of over the years. And I'm not saying that's necessarily Zelensky's fault, but that's been happening for a while. Not that that's an excuse. Everyone knew Donald Trump had no intention of stopping the war. Well, I think he did. I think he really wanted to stop it, and he's got to bring people to the table. And the biggest player he's got to get to the table is Russia. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Crusty White Bread, U.S. foreign aid is taking money from poor people in a rich country and giving it to rich people in poor countries. Yep, exactly right. It seems to be what's happening for sure. Look at Haiti is a prime example of that. A lot of money being laundered there. And I think to some extent, some of that could be happening, even being funneled through other places to make it happen. Bob K., my gut says Ukraine wants to join NATO. You're right. French, Poland, and Germany wants to send troops. Yes. All right. We'll see there. That could see that if these other countries send troops, much like what Russia did by sending in the North Koreans, I think that could expand it out, because that would mean these places might be targets, actual targets. But we'll see. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the markets now, shall we? Okay, now gold is up $10.20 tonight to $2,869.30. Silver's up a nickel to $31.26. So there it is. All right, very good. Let's see here. All right. So platinum is up 6, palladium is up 8. Tonight, there's where the metals market stand. So a little bit of an increase. They were up earlier in the night, but they've kind of subsided a bit. Signor Vapore, thanks for the great show. Recent dip in PMs is only temporary, yes. And right now we're seeing a recovery here, so we'll see. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, JM Unleashed, for being here, JM. You were the man. Nature of work, he's got to take off. Thank you, JM Unleashed. Always appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just now seeing that. Have a good night, JM Unleashed. Thank you again, my friend. Appreciate him popping in. Always do. And, all right. Size 9 chimes in with this. No more money for Z. Biggest scam ever. Weapons being sold on the black market and kickbacks to all those involved. Repayment of all money should be happening right now. Good luck without U.S. support, and all the Europe wants to help them. We need that money back after mineral. Well, yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know if the money is being funneled for weapons being sold to other places. I hope that's not the case. It would be very bad, especially if some of that money went back to the cartels here in Mexico. But we'll see here. Gmal, hey Sal, I know you're stacked gold. Does 90% gold tarnish over time? Also, what would happen to silver? Yes, silver tarnishes whether it's pure or not. especially if it's in a high sulfur atmosphere. And also, if it's got moisture and the like, you want to store your gold and silver in a cool, dry place. But gold, 90% gold does not tarnish. You will see from time to time gold spots may form, but nonetheless, gold does not really change a whole lot, even 90% gold. Stacker factor, the Taliban has weapons that were sent to Ukraine. Wow. Wow, yeah, and that does not surprise me, because we left that weaponry there, and it went into Ukraine. That doesn't surprise me. That's crazy. Wow. All right. Mm-hmm. And David Relia says here the war won't continue. Ukraine has no U.S. funds, no U.S. arms coming, no men left. Europe going to make it look like they do something, but when push comes to shove, they don't have the metal. War's over. We're just watching the ending. You very well may be right, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Will Europe be able to pick up the slack? We'll find out. Duke Nukem, I work at Macy's and I speak to the jewelers daily, and they assure me even 10K gold will not tarnish no matter what you do to it. Yes. Yeah, I don't think it will. There's enough gold there, and the alloy to keep it up. It just doesn't tarnish. All right. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. All right. So hopefully it'll come to an end. There's just it's got to stop. There's just too much death happening. And let's see here. Where are we at? Let's move on up to this biblical fellowship. It's a Ted Nugent moment. Intensities in 10 cities. There you go. All right. Yeah. And let's see here. Money Metal Store chimes in with this. Let me get over here to make this more effective. I'm sorry, but Zelensky was nothing but respectful for that entire encounter. It wasn't until VP Vance and the president started talking that things got derailed. Yeah, I mean, I think what got Vance upset was the body language before that. And he did kind of relitigate how this all started. It was basically trying to, say that we weren't able to provide absolute guarantees. Well, there's not been of security guarantees, but we're too far. We're nowhere near that point yet. And what Trump wanted to do is set it up that there is United States interest in this minerals deal that they were going to bring to Putin and say, hey, I made a deal with Zelensky for minerals. And that means that you really should not be attacking anywhere inside of the territory of Ukraine to destabilize the region and our interest there. Nothing's a guarantee, as Trump said when asked that question, but this would have set up to start that guarantee. So I think that's what teed off VP Vance. And, and the thing is we don't know the conversations they had before that. And I think that's why Vance kind of lashed out, because they probably had discussed this all before to set this thing up, because they were literally ready to sign it that day. And I think that's what got it happening. On the surface, without any context, it does sound like that Vance and Trump overreacted. But I think it's a continuation of a previous conversation that they thought they had settled. And I think that's what was happening there. But thank you, Money and Metal Store. Appreciate your thoughts on that. And on the surface, I will agree with you. I thought that was, but then I looked into it more. And I was like, and I tried to be as fair-minded about it as possible, because, like I said, it's just an unfortunate situation. Just Me says this. Why didn't all the pro-Ukraine Americans send their own personal money over there? Why must it be tax dollars? I think some have. I think some have actually gone over and fought over there as well. Not nearly as much. I mean, and there's good grief, $350 billion. Who's got that kind of money to be able to send over there? I guess they sent, there's 330 million people in the United States. I think about that. But anyways, all right. We got Silver Heist says this. So Silver Heist watched the entire 49-minute clip. I did too. Oval Office, and with Trump, Vance, Rubio, and Zelensky, it was 39 minutes of niceties, with Trump only a little presumptive that we have a deal, but with Zelensky making a few moderately pointed comments along the way. That's right. But at 39 minutes, Zelensky went aggressively negative, and Vance called him out on it. Then Trump jumped in. 100% not a Trump-Vance ambush of Zelensky. All right, there you go. So Silver Heist is telling us here that was not. If anything, Zelensky ambushed us, and I think that's what it was. I think it was a setup, and I think it was a setup from the senators that had met with him before, and they were kind of sowing seeds of doubt about this and wanted to make sure that they were going to get some guarantees. And so I think that Zelensky was setting up Trump and Vance. I agree with Silver Heist on this, especially now with all the Europe sending out identical tweets in support of Zelensky. Seems more like Z in Europe rejecting Trump peace in favor of Europe arranged peace, where Europe says we can have peace if now the U.S. helps us this way. I think that's actually pretty astute. I think that is probably what's going on there. But they're not giving Trump a chance to kind of do this, and they're trying to paint him as being this pro-Putin guy, but he's not pro anybody. He's just trying to get the fighting to stop at this point. All right. A bunch of hope. Bobby Figure. There you go. Thank you. A bunch of hope here. And we've got this. Siren Koshla says here, less territory happened in 2014 too, when they list Crimea. If you keep on losing easy, one day all will be gone. Yes, and the thing is there were essentially no shots fired in 2014, although there have been excursions in that area for quite a long time, since 2014 and before. But anyways, let's see here. It seems Zelensky only wanted to make a deal if they arrest Putin. Yes, that's right, and that's not going to happen. If that was the case, that would have been a no-go from the very beginning. How are you going to arrest Putin? There's just no way to do it. It's just crazy. And I'm not defending Putin by any stretch, but sadly, he's got the upper hand in this. And I'm surprised that Ukraine was able to last this long, actually, but a lot of it is because of our help. Some of that help came during Trump's first term, by the way. He gave them Javelin rockets and other munitions just in cases to protect themselves against the incursions that were already happened by Russian separatists in the east. Before all of this, before the official invasion of 2022. Yes, indeed. Yes, that's right. Yeah, most of that meeting went very well, as Silver Heist said, up until that last couple of minutes there. All right. All right, let's see here. And you are 100% correct. Thank you, Ella Jason. And I know I have strong viewpoints, and they're controversial in the stacking community at times. But anyways, thank you so much, Elle. All right, Brian Fawcett says this about the biggest crypto hijack here. I could be wrong, but it seems that the big issue was with the automatic transfer process from the cold go hot wallet. The process should never be made automatic rather than manual. There probably should have been a verified test amount sent first to make sure that they're going to the correct place. Another idea might be to send such large sums, just break it down into smaller chunks. These chunks could be the size that's fully insurable. Could be. This was a state actor. It was North Korean hackers that got into this. So I don't know that it would have made much difference, honestly, if you get a state actor behind it. But you never know. All right. All right, let's see what the markets are doing here. And we'll get back to these comments here. We've got this. Silver is up 6 cents right now. 6 cents up for silver at $31.27. Gold is up $10.40 at $2,869.50. Platinum and palladium are both up as well, with larger margins, by the way. Very good. Welcome, Numismatic from the United Kingdom. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. And let's see here. Where are we here? To this. Gold to silver ratio, by the way, is still high. It's at 92 now, 92 to 1. I fear we could see up to 11, or up to 100 to 1. F-37 metal says here, hold tight to your gold and silver and don't lose those diamond hands. If in time you'll thank yourselves for staying strong. Exactly right. Hang on for sure. And here, Joe Fernandez here says the following: thank you for keeping us well informed. I appreciate the wisdom from your many years of experience. Well, thank you. I still get things wrong from time to time. I sure do. And a lot of people disagree with my political viewpoints, but it's all right. But nonetheless, I try to keep an open mind, but also want to stay true to my core values, and so trying to do that. Very good. All right, let's see here. Kookaburra Man, by the way, nice video and thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We just want the war to end. That's a lot. 1 million people is a lot of people, and that's probably a low count on both sides, by the way. It's crazy. All right, let's see here what we've got here from Distinctive Vibes. And I do appreciate everybody's points of view on this. I know it's a very divisive topic, but I think the argument of the U.S. arming any foreign nation for national security is a complete nonsense now and before, because it only builds hatred and wastes money on wars rather than economic welfare. Well, I agree and disagree. I agree that, face the fact. Ukraine was invaded by Russia. That's a fact. And Putin is not a good guy. Zelensky may not be a good guy either. But nonetheless, we don't want to embolden essentially a dictator, because there's no fair, free elections in Russia either. Even though Zelensky has suspended elections and actually has shut down some opposition in his country too. We know that happens in Russia. There's no question about it. I'm not on either side, other than a nation has been invaded. But other than that, I think in some sense we got to play some role, but as to how much, and we've done way too much for sure. But anyways, and we have strong allies, and the allies are based off of the ideals that we have and hold together. We should help to some extent. We should help. There's only so much we can do. There's only so much we should do. But I do think we need to be engaged at some level. But we've overdone in Ukraine, no question about it. But anyways, the only people happy about that are the military-industrial complex and Zionist bankers with their paper derivatives of the fake Fonzie modern slavery world. Well, and the thing is what about the industrial complex in Russia? There's a lot of money to be made there with all the war that they brought, by the way, onto Ukraine. Ukraine did not attack Russia. Remember that. That's the thing that people have to keep in mind here through all this. Russia attacked Ukraine. But anyway, so yeah, it's but I agree with it to a degree. We have to be engaged in the world to some extent, and we have to, and our national interest is paramount, by the way. If we have national interest there, you think about it, if we do have a deal in Ukraine for minerals, and then Putin sends in and attacks those sites where the minerals are being extracted, what do you think we're going to do if that happens? Think about that. And there's other nations that we deal with that we have situations like that set up in Europe, for instance, and other places. So anyways, some things to think about there. But again, we can't be totally isolationists. But I am leaning, I'm certainly of the mind that we don't want to get involved in foreign wars too much when our national interest is of paramount importance. But there's another thing too about it, emboldening enemies. Russia is not our friend, folks. They aren't. The Russian people are our friends. We love the Russian people, but Putin is not our friend. All right, let's see here. All right, Con Gallagher. Metals are, as we all know, manipulated by the largest banks and will continue to manipulate as long as they want. Stats to secure wealth, not for it to make you wealthy. Exactly right. It's about securing wealth. One of tracing Sal, you're way off with your prices. With my prices here, I'm just looking at Kitco. Kitco is the source for precious metal prices. Silver is up 4 cents now, 31.25. And gold is up $10.60, 28.69.70. How am I off base with that? One loft racing. How am I off base with that? Red Crawler. Zelensky said he will never apologize to Trump and will fight Russia until they surrender. Wow. Well, he's going to learn really quickly that he's going to lose. Russia will not surrender. That's very much a hubris statement. If he's not going to apologize to Trump, that's crazy if he's saying that. Let's see here. Very good. And let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So there that is. There's the prices. And Craig says, watching from Australia, it's important. It's almost impossible to believe the gremlin clown prince of Kiev sat there telling a U.S. president that he had to give to another country. Utter stupidity. Yep. There was a little bit of hubris there on his part, and that's a shame, especially when he himself admitted that there's a lot of money that is not being accounted for. There you go. This is the way. That's right, Matthew Crustlife. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. And we've got Bo Dink. The only option for Ukraine to save their country and lives is to agree to a peace deal. That's exactly right. And the United States really is a unique position to make that happen. Very good. Let's see here. And we've got Carbon Duke says, the only regret I have in 2001, I was building a home theater. It costed 59 ounces of gold, about $18K. Now that stack would be 9 times the stereo doesn't worth an ounce. Yes, that is, wow, that is something. That is a really good example of that. You know, building a home theater. I'm sure it was awesome at the time, but now that stereo is. I hope you still have the stereo system and enjoy it. Let's put it to you that way. But that is quite a thing. All right, very good. Let's see here. Enhanced dollar cost averaging. That's exactly right. Trent Schaefer is here. Good to see you. Welcome. Shout be more focused on price manipulation. I'm not sure I get what that comment means. Shout be more focused on price manipulation. Crimex. All right. Let's see here. I don't know what that has to do with that video. Buyer's market. Yes, I don't know. You buy. I think that's really up to you. You can look at the 50 and 200 day moving average. If it's below that, if the price is below those numbers, then it's a buyer's market, I think. B. Taylor bought earlier today, and he's reaping the rewards of that because gold and silver are both up. So B. Taylor did very well today. And good deals are out there for sure. Look them up. And as you're looking for good deals, check out Summit Metals. You might find they have the lowest price. Maybe not, too. If they don't, and you find a better deal somewhere else, then go there. But they also have very good customer service and fast shipping as well. All right, let's see here. Buying physical metals isn't a day trade. That's exactly right. Should not be seen as a day trade. Exactly. Very good. And let's see here. We've got Chuckles chimes in on this video from this afternoon about Ukraine. Says they need to give Russia the southern part of Ukraine up to the Dnieper River. Russia needs that land back so they can channel water essentially for agriculture to Crimea. Yep, exactly. They want that land bridge to Crimea. That's exactly right. I think that was their biggest reason why they invaded. The only thing that happened to Ukrainians in Crimea when Obama let Russia take Crimea on his watch, the zip code on their mail changed. The USSR should have never given up Crimea and South Ukraine. The commies ruin everything they touch. Exactly right. Yep. I think that's exactly an astute point you made, Chuckles. Well said. All right. Let's see here. And we've got Brian Fawcett says, looks like normal volatility to me. It could be. Very well could be. One line of tracing, gold 28.35, 28.10 this week. Well, I don't think I talked about gold this week, one loft racing. I was talking about the prices right now, what they're doing right now. Gold is up $9.20 to $2,868.30. Silver is up 3 cents right now to $31.24. These are the numbers we're talking about now. I don't think in this live stream I talked about them going up, although I do think they are going up. They're going to go up because of what happened with this deal. And I think we'll probably still continue to see them go up. It just depends on what happens. If Zelensky comes back to the table, then I think this could change. But anyways, very good. One line of tracing, you're looking at the bid price. The ask price is what is used to base purchases off. The ask price, not the bid price. Stacker Factor, California is trying to ban defending your home with lethal force from invaders, burglar, if they don't pose a threat. Wow. I'd say screw you, California. Somebody comes in my home, and I don't know who they are, they're dead. It's that simple. There's no discussion. I don't ask questions first. They're dead. It's that simple. As somebody who's been a victim of burglary, had I have been home, it would have been probably me that would have died because knowing these guys, they would not have asked questions. They would have killed me and taken the stuff. I'm not going to put myself in that position. I don't care what the state says. And anybody that comes into my home uninvited, they are a threat. It's that simple. No room for negotiation. Yeah, crazy. I'm glad I don't live in California, that's for sure. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. All right, I don't know what this comment says. It doesn't give me on here. Doesn't give me the translation, but basically, I think I think this is Mandarin, and I think he's for stacking silver and gold. Thank you, Red Crawler. The U.S. debt is going to 50 trillion by 2030, so I'll keep stacking my 10-ounce gold eagles. I hope Doge will prevent that from happening, but we'll see here. Osamile Priskumunik. If communism fails on its own, why does the U.S. feel the need to topple communist government movements? Well, they essentially do fail. But nonetheless, I don't know that we have the power to topple any government because, I mean, you look at what's happening in China right now. China is essentially using a hybrid model. They're using capitalism, but it's all run by the state. They've moved further away from pure communism. They have the CCP, and and all that, but but they're really not. I mean, they're the second largest economy in the world because they deal mainly with the United States. If they didn't have the United States, they would have been in the crapper long ago, very long ago. Nixon opened everything up in '72, and ever since then, China has grown really, really stronger and stronger. As an economic and military power too. So anyways, all right, but communist countries will fail. Communism has never worked anywhere where it's tried. Ellie, good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate the thumbs up, and good to see Silver Shelby Stackers with us here tonight too. All right. Well, folks, final market report here tonight. Dean R is here, by the way. Surface Grady Judd. There you go, Grady Judd. Nice. So, Peace Dollars versus Morgans. Oh, man, that's a good one. I think I would probably like the Morgans a little bit better if I had to choose between the two. B. Taylor. I like Morgans. Yes, indeed. And just a little sharper strike on those, by the way. JB is here. So now silver is only up 2 cents tonight. So, man, wow. Let's see here. Coffee's done. Silver up 2 cents. $31.23. Gold up $9 to $2,868.10. There it is. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. I know there was a little bit of controversial topics tonight. I appreciate you guys being civil in discussing these matters. We can have our opinions and respect each other, even though we may have some different opinions on some things. And I appreciate you guys. It's great. Morgans look like coins and peace dollars are more like rounds. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. And we'll be back here on Tuesday. Thanks again for all of your kindness and support. Keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. Take care. See ya.